Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible teaching snippet of the day. Well, today I want to pick up and do part 2 of our study of Matthew chapter 25, verse 41, and Matthew 25:46. Now, Matthew 25:46 is generally the stand-on resistance scripture that people who believe in or have been taught innocently, most people are innocent in what they believe. Nobody gets out of bed thinking, oh, I'm just going to believe a lie about God. No, we're just taught to believe certain things that may not be true, okay? But Matthew 25:46 is the verse, okay, that people kind of stand on and say, well, what about this? This right here just says that it is true, that eternal punishment is forever. So let me start by just reading it to you, both of these verses, one more time today in the King James Version of the Bible, okay? Now, yesterday I did cover that the King James translators had their hands tied behind their back in doing the English translation, okay? You can get on and Google that, or you can ask me a comment in the comment section, and I can give you some links to some things that you can study a little deeper. But here we go, Matthew 25:41 in the King James Version of the Bible. Then he shall say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. And then in Matthew 25:46, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. I pointed out yesterday that the King James translators actually used two different words there, everlasting and eternal, because I think they were trying to give us a clue that they weren't exactly the same thing, but they couldn't just come out and change the Bible because they were restricted by King James. Now, I'm going to go back over just real quick a review. David Artman, I read from his book yesterday. This is the very best book that I have read about eternal conscious torment. Is not accurate in what we believe, and he's a pastor. He's been a pastor for 42 years, and he got to studying it out and realized that what we believe did not make sense, okay? But his book, he used this analogy. He actually gave us a scripture where Paul in Ephesians 2:7, that the same word, that aionios, the adjective, meant two different things. And it's very clear in scripture. Now, also, I talked to you about the heaven's doors, and this is by George Saris, S-A-R-R-A-S, or I-S. It sounds like Harris with an S. He used the analogy of a tall man standing beside a tall building, okay? We don't expect the building and the man to be exactly the same height, do we? Okay, I use the fast dog compared to a fast motorcycle. And those are just, I'm just showing you that an adjective does not necessarily identify exactly what you're talking about. It's the noun that determines what tall means. Like with his example, a tall man standing beside a tall building. You think that the man is probably 6 foot, 6'4", maybe 7 foot tall. But now look, a building that's 7 foot tall is not a tall building, is it? It's actually a short building. Okay, so today what I want to do, and I told you I wanted to do this, I want to go ahead and I want to read to you Matthew 25:41 and Matthew 25:46 in the Koine Greek. This is the Greek language that Jesus would have spoken if he was in his day. That's what was spoken in Jesus' day, in the first century, okay? Languages change over time. So the Koine Greek is an old Greek language. So here we go. I've already got this pulled up, and you see I've got it highlighted. I'll be happy to share this with you or anyone. All you got to do is ask me for it, and here's the Matthew 25:46. So here we go. I'm going to read Matthew 25:41 first. This is in the Jonathan Mitchell New Testament. Here we go. At that point, he will also proceed saying to those at the places on his left, you folks having been brought under the curse. Do you know what the curse is? It was the Mosaic Law. Okay, different teaching. Keep going, Faye. You have been brought, having been brought under the curse. Continue proceeding on your way away from me into the eon fire. And here's in his parenthesis, he's explaining what eon fire means. A fire for an undetermined period of time, the fire which comes with the age of the Messiah, the fire pertaining to and having its source in the age, and that's a capital age, as in the age of the Messiah. And watch this, the age-lasting fire, the fire having the quality and characteristics of the age. Okay, that was in parentheses. So away from me into the eon fire, the one having been prepared and made ready in and for the person who thrusts something through folks, made for the adversary, made for one who causes division, as well as in and for his agents and his messengers. You know, our Bibles say the devil and his angels. And right here, he's giving you an alternative to think about. Did you know the word adversary is not a specific person? It's actually anyone causing division. Yes, so if I'm going behind somebody's back and gossiping about them to turn other people around against them, I am acting as an adversary. I am one who is thrusting something through folks, causing other people not to like them. And now what I've done is I've created my own agents and my own messengers to go do my dirty work of destroying the person I'm talking about. Just something for you to think about. Okay, so we all can play the role of Satan or the devil or the adversary. And that actual Greek word right there also means slanderer. Slanderer. And I see so many Christians thinking that they've got their little get out of hell free card, and I've said my sinner's prayer and now I get to go to heaven. And there are some of the worst gossips, the worst slanderers, the most devising adversarial people that I've ever met. Gave me something to think about today. Now, let me keep going because I want to read to you Matthew 25:46. And this exact same translation, the Jonathan Mitchell, which is a Koine Greek, and it tells us what it would have said in the day of Jesus, not what the Greek came to be in the year 2020, okay? Here we go. And so these folks will continue going off into an eon pruning. Yes, that's the word pruning. Watch. Eon correction. Some translations say a correction for an age. When we start digging down into actual Greek, what this is saying is that people will be sent into a period of correction for a period of time, depending on that specific person, the things that they've done, and how long it takes for them to get the wickedness out of them, okay? Let me read to you in the parenthesis. A lopping off which lasts for an undetermined length of time. Did you get that? A pruning, a lopping off, which lasts for an undetermined length of time. An age lasting, that means an age, not ages upon ages upon ages, forever and ever. No, a correction that lasts for a specific age, a time period. And rehabilitation, a pruning which brings betterment and which has its source in the character and the age, okay, and that's a capital age, the character of the Messiah, a cutting off during the ages. Okay, so it's a pruning. It's a gardening word that they used when Jesus even talked about it, about the grapevines, okay? And it's the lopping off or the cutting away, the pruning. This verse goes right with that section of verses about the vineyard, okay? I've done a teaching on that as well. Let me pick up and keep going. Yet the fair, just, the right-wise folks who are in right relationship with people and are in accord with the way, and the word way is capital, that means Jesus, accord with the way pointed out. Continue going off into eon life. See, life and pruning are two different things, and that adjective only describes that specific noun. Okay, so the eon pruning, okay, is a certain period of time, but the eon life is age to age to age, which means it's perpetual and keeps going. But let me finish reading this. In parentheses, he's got life which has its source and character in the age of the Messiah. Life pertaining to the age or the life of and for the ages. I've read several different translations in this. Many of you who have followed me for the 4 years I've been on Facebook, you know I use anywhere from 130 to 180 different translations, right? And what I have discovered is this is a correction period that has an end goal of purifying the person of their wickedness, okay? And then that last part where people are already in right relationship with other people. You're living in peace with people, right? Jesus talked about that in Mark chapter 9, verse 49 and 50. I've taught a little bit on that last week, right? Okay, so we've got living in peace among our brothers and sisters and people in the world, and watch this. And living and walking out in the way pointed out by Jesus. Going into an age life, an age during, on and on and on and on and on we go. And that life, all through the ages, no matter what age it is, you're already in that life of ongoing life with Jesus, okay? These people have not entered into ongoing life with Jesus. They are in the early stages of getting purified. That will last for a set period of time, I should say, a set period of time till they're purified, they're cleansed, their robes are white. That's all through the Bible, that purifying, refiner's fire. Once the wickedness, they paid for all of the wrong things they've done. Now they go into a period of cleansing and purification. Once they are done being purified, then they will enter into the same eon life of the age after age after age, okay? I hope this teaching has blessed you, and but that's all I'm going to do today. You know, I went a little bit long yesterday, so I'm going to ring the bell early and let you out of class today. So, but before I go today, I do want to tell you this. I don't have any plans this weekend. I just plan on resting and reading and getting filled up. But I pray that you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you here next week. I don't know what my Christmas week looks like, but I'll probably get on and do at least a couple of teachings next week. And as always, before I sign off of here, I want to make sure I say this. I love you, and the reason that I get on Facebook and teach is because I want people to be set free of religious lies so that they can grow up into Christ and have a closer relationship with Jesus, with His Father, with our Father, and with other people, okay? Knowing the truth will change your heart. I love you, and I'll see you here next week. Bye-bye.